Hey everybody, welcome to American Idol Unaired. I'm your host, Bennett Shear, back with another contestant that you didn't see on season 20 of American Idol. Please welcome Callie Morris.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Thank you so much for coming on the show, Callie. I'm really excited to meet you, and I would love to hear more about you and just kind of what got you into music even before you went on American Idol.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. So, I am 16 years old. I'm from Pataskala, Ohio, and I've been singing since I was 3. I sing pop and country sometimes, and I got noticed from TikTok. That's how it all started. And then,
Wow.
yeah.
So talk about that because obviously it feels like it's been around forever, but really it hasn't been that long, and it kind of changed everything about the music industry. So from your perspective, what is it like to sort of have this passion and all of a sudden all of these people recognize it? And I don't know how quickly things blew up for you, but it's like you go from just singing and recording and practicing to like all these people on a screen that are noticing you. It's pretty crazy.
So it meant a lot to me because it's been like a dream since I was, oh my gosh, since I could like talk. But everything started happening like last year. So I was 15 and I started posting on TikTok to get myself out there, and then I started blowing up like crazy. And then I think somebody from the season before me, her name was Mary Jo. I'm not sure what season she was on,
Yeah,
but she
19.
noticed me. Yeah, she noticed me from TikTok because everybody was saying I sounded like the mini Mary Jo. So she was like, okay, so she got me in contact with her, like with the producers of American Idol. And then that's how it all went. And then, yeah.
Wow. No, that's really wild. Had you watched much of Idol before you went on the show?
Yes, I love those shows. And I've actually always wanted to be on a show like that, like American Idol or something like that. And like me getting the opportunity to like sing in front of the judges was like insane because I was like, I was just singing in my bedroom or in front of a mirror, and then now I'm like here, and then it was like crazy for me. I actually like followed her before. Yeah, like I'd always try to get her to like recognize me, but when she did, I was really happy. So that's who I looked up to a lot because for one, she sang like songs that I usually sing, and I feel like me and her kind of have a similar voice. So like I loved watching her. So
Yeah, and it was cool to see how she kind of transformed because I remember when she was on the show, she's like, I've never performed in front of everybody. And now she just got signed to Atlantic Records, so it's
I
incredible.
know that's insane. Yeah. Yeah, see, like so before American Idol, I never sang actually too in front of other people. Like
Uh-huh.
that was my first time too, because I've never like I did voice lessons, but like sometimes we'd have like I don't know a talent show or just something small like that. But like I've never actually sang in like bars or like restaurants or anything before American Idol. So American Idol was like the first like big thing for me, like being in this comfort zone, and then I'm here. But then pretty much since I'd never really performed, I had to work on my performing, right, for like Hollywood Week and stuff. So that's when I started performing out in public and doing like shows and stuff.
Obviously, Mary Jo put you in contact with the producers, but I want to hear about what happened from there. I mean, what was it like to actually get on the phone with a producer to be considered for a TV show? What were you feeling? What was that call like?
So I was nervous because I'd never really like in my comfort zone, so I had to get out. It so pretty much we did a Zoom call. We did it virtually, right? I sang I think 3 songs for the casting producer, and then they said they'd give me a call back literally right after the Zoom call ended, call back right
Wow.
there. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, mom." Like I was like flipping out. I was like, "No way." So then we answered it, and they were like, "You're getting sent to the next round." So I was on the call with executives, I think. And then yeah, I think there was 2 or 3 rounds. I can't remember, but I made it past all 3, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna send you to the judges. Like, you're really good." So I was like, "Oh wow," like because it was yeah, and I was put into the VIP round or something. So yeah, but and then on American Idol, so I flew out to Austin, Texas. That's where my auditions were, and pretty much I was the first round of auditions, like the first day round. So I was like all in my like nerves and stuff. So yeah.
Tell me more about that VIP thing.
Okay. I'm not really sure about it, like what it was, but I think the VIP thing was like I don't know. I can't remember, but they just put me into a VIP thing. I think it was like I don't know what it was.
So is this when you're still auditioning virtually that they're
Yeah,
setting up in like a
virtually. But I
VIP
can't
Zoom room?
Yeah, that, yeah. I was in the VIP Zoom room, yeah. I I couldn't remember what it meant though.
I'm now wondering, does it mean like they want to like give you a head start or something? Maybe like a
Right.
special like
Yeah.
cut in line or something.
Because I know there's many people that audition for American Idol, so I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Not only do you make it on the show, and I can't imagine the reaction when you find that you're going to get to meet the judges, to actually get there, arrive in Austin, that's where it goes from TikTok and Zoom calls to like reality.
I was just stunned. I was so excited actually. Like once I land, I was so excited. Like I was just full of energy. Like I was so excited for it. And I met so much like great people like Corey Curtis and Carrie Brockwell and Colby.
Colby Cobb.
Yeah, Colby Cobb. Yes, I love them. You know what? Us four, so it was Carrie, me, Corey, and Colby. We were the C group in American Idol. We were called the C group.
Yes.
Yeah, because all of our names are so much alike. So I was very, very close with them, like very tight. I loved it though. Like I met so much amazing people. Like I loved the experience too. Like I made friendships that were like forever lasting, forever. Like because around here, like I have no friends that have interest in music or that sing. So it's just kind of me in the town, you know.
Yeah.
But like meeting all these people that have the same interests and I can like connect with on a different level was like so cool to me because I've never experienced that. So I
Yeah.
was like, I loved it. I flew out to Austin, Texas, you know, and the first day wasn't auditions. It was kind of where we all got to like meet each other and everything. I think we had interviews the first day. I can't remember, but then second day was when auditions started, and then I had my audition. Pretty much it was like really nerve wracking because I was really scared, like, because I'm standing by the door about to go in, and Ryan Seacrest is like, "How do you feel right now?" And I'm like, "No, like, I feel like I'm gonna pass out." Like, but I, I walk in the door and like they're standing there, and I'm just like, "Is this even real?" Like, because they literally like in person, like you know, you're standing here and they're right there. It literally looks unreal. Like, it's just too dreamy. Like, and it felt like I was entering heaven, honestly. There was this funny thing though that I did with Brian because like I went to his farm tour the year before I was on American Idol, so I think 2 years ago, or I can't remember, but I went to one of his farm tours and he swallowed a moth on stage. And I was thinking like all the producers wanted me to get like moth candies and like throw it at him, like but I was like no, like so I asked him, I was like, I have a question, like how did that moth taste?
Oh
And
my
he
God.
started laughing, like he knew already, like he was just dying laughing. And like Katy Perry's over here, she's like, what are we laughing about? Like she's so confused. Like, and then Richie's just laughing and like he's like, I swallowed a moth on stage, and Katie is so like disgusted. Like she's so disgusted.
Was that like the icebreaker? Was that one of the first things you said when you walked in the room, had that moth taste?
Yes. Yes, so that was the icebreaker. I really wish though I had like moth candies, but we didn't. I thought it would have been funny to kind of be like how that moth taste, but just kind of like start throwing moth candies
Right.
at it.
Yeah.
But sadly we didn't have that. So yeah. And so pretty much I sang 2 songs for the judges. Um and they all three said yes. And then I got the golden ticket. And what I did was I was like, so I put the ticket behind my back and I was like walking out to like show my mom, but I hid it behind my back. So like first off, she didn't
Classic.
think I got it. Like she didn't think, and I'm like, hey mom, look. And so we both like cried. It was like really emotional because it's like I just went from singing in my room to singing on TikTok to then now I'm here, you know.
Yeah.
So it was unreal for me.
Being in Austin, first of all, you also get to meet Ryan Seacrest, which not everybody gets to because he's not there all the time. So talk about meeting Ryan Seacrest. This dude's a legend. He's been
I
there since
loved
the
him.
beginning.
He was my favorite. I literally loved him. He was so funny. Like, so actually there was a part where we all were like outside and the judges like came out on the balcony
Uh-huh.
and we were like waving to us and stuff. And Ryan Seacrest is here. His dog was there. So we all got to meet his dog, pet him. And his dog like jumped in the pool or something like that. It's kind of funny, but um I got to talk a lot with Ryan actually. Like he was there for my audition and everything. So I thought it was really cool. Like I think he's funny. So I liked it. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool though cuz I know a lot of people didn't get to have like Ryan. there
Yeah.
for before they went in and walked out with the ticket or without. He wasn't there for everybody, so I thought it was kind of cool that I got to meet him and like talk to him and stuff. So before I went in, he was like, "Do you think you're gonna get it?" And I was really good friends with this Cameron guy. He was from Canada,
Oh, Cameron
and
Whitcomb?
yes, we were best friends, like literally inseparable. Like we were just up each other's butts, like, so wait, okay. So Cameron's sitting in the room, okay, and I'm like about to go in, and we just like dab each other up. We're like, yeah, like we're gonna do this. So as I'm walking out with the golden ticket, he's in the room, and I'm like, Ryan Stickers is like, how do you feel right now? Like, do you think Cameron's gonna get it? I'm like, yeah, I think he's gonna get it. And he walks out, and we both look at each other, and we both have, and we're just like, yeah, like we did it. He's like the funniest person I've ever met in my life. Like, he is so full of energy. Like, we will be sitting like in these chairs because there was like a waiting room that you'd have to wait in before you're picked to go do like interviews and stuff. So we'd be sitting in this room, and we'd just be looking at each other, and all of a sudden he stands up and does backflips,
Yeah.
or like he like has a mask over his face and he's sleeping. Like
Oh
it
my
was
God.
just so funny. Like he was so funny. Like I loved him so much. Me, him, and my mom, like we had a very good bond. We were because like before interviews, like we'd be in the same room like every time. Everybody would be getting separated, but me and him were always with each other. So we were like very close.
Any other memories that you have or any people that you got really close with in Austin?
Ellie Shiva. I was very close with her. We were, oh my, yeah. I mean, we would have sleepovers. We'd have
Hmm.
sleepovers and stuff. So yeah, she was one of my closest friends, definitely. Magnio, I think Magnio. I love.
Madiel.
Oh, Mattio, yes, I don't know his name. I loved him. He was funny. Like we were gonna go. We were shooting this music video. I don't know if you've seen it. It was like I'm begging,
Oh yeah,
begging.
yeah, yeah.
I was in that.
Oh
So I was
wow.
there. Yeah, I was there with him. And we're all sitting there. 'Cause not everybody got to do that. Some people were back doing something else, but I was in it. And we're sitting here, the judges arrive on this boat and there's a whole band. And here's Magnia or whatever, like doing the splits. Like he's just doing the splits in the middle. It was so funny. I loved him too. He's my favorite. I also was really close with Morgan. I'm trying to think.
Morgan Gruber.
Yeah, her. Yeah. We wrote a song together
Okay.
outside with Caleb. There was a
Caleb
Caleb.
Lathrop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were very close too, actually. We all would write songs. When we were done with like interviews, we would all like gather around, all of us, all contestants. We'd all gather around in a big circle outside of the hotel, and there was like a seating room. And we'd all sit there, and like people that played guitars would bring out their guitars and start playing, and we would all just sing. Like we would all sing together and pick a song, and it was so cool for me. But then I'm like, holy crap, like these people's voices are insane. Because, like around here where I live, like I never hear anybody like that can sing like that. Like that's amazing. So hearing that in person other than myself, I'm like, holy crap, like that's really good. Like, so I was kind of taken back by it. Half of me was very glad that I was the first round of auditions, just because I feel on the third day they're very hard. They're very hard to impress because that's the last tickets that they're giving out for that state. So I was very glad to know I was like the first round of auditions.
Did you like the interview process when they had to kind of get to know you and all those things, the moment like this room and everything like that?
So I was like nervous actually because like I've never done anything like that before because like I really haven't. Like, so me being like, some of it was fun. I will say that. Like one interview, I did a headstand or something. Like that was fun. That was
Wow.
funny to me.
You and
I
Cam
don't.
should get together. He does a backflip,
No,
you
for
do a
real.
headstand.
No, for real. Like I do like a headstand and he like backflips over me.
There's the act. America's Got Talent.
No, but like I'm over here, like I'm doing headstands. That part was fun, but like I guess talking, like I would stutter so much because I'm like sitting here, I'm like, okay, wait, okay, like I've got to say this and this, like I had a little bit of trouble with that. The interview, some of it was fun, some of it was hard. Also the one part where they're on the screen. So Mary Jo was on the screen for me.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Wow.
So I walked in and Mary Jo's like, "You got this, girl." We're all excited. And she's like, "You're going to make it. You got this." And then, like, I come back in with the golden ticket. We were both, like, screaming and stuff.
Wow. Gosh, this sounds like a party, honestly. I'm glad you had such a good time.
Yeah, no, it was a blast. Like, it will be something that I will remember forever. Definitely. I mean, that is something that means a lot.
Yeah. Well, we haven't even talked about like the extent of the actual audition yet, because obviously we know about the Luke Bryan moth memory, but After you have that kind of icebreaker, do the judges talk to you some more? Do you get right into your singing? How does it go in the room?
So I walked in. So I actually walked in and I introduced myself, and then I was like, Luke Bryan, I got a question. So I was pretty much like, hey, my name is Cali Morris. Told my age, where I'm from, and then I was like, hey, Luke Bryan, I got a question for you. How'd that moth taste? And we goofed around for like a good 15 minutes, and then they were like, so what genre are you singing? What song are you singing? Just stuff like that, and they kind of asked me like, who inspired me, and I said Mary Jo. And then yeah, they kind of just went on from there, just like that, kind of, and then I sang two songs, and then so they were kind of trying to throw me off because I heard they were doing this to a lot of people. Like they would say something that's gonna make you think you're not gonna get it, but then they'd be like, "You're going, what I'm saying, you're
Right.
getting it." So they were kind of like scaring me for a minute because they were like, "You're so young, like you have so much more experience that you can get." And stuff like that. But then they all three said yes. I was like I was like getting scared, but then I was like crying. I was like very emotional. Like I was so taken back. Like I literally forgot where the golden ticket was. Like I was like, wait, where do I grab the golden ticket again? Like I was so like out of it.
Yeah. You're like, is this the part where I wake up? I don't see any tickets, and then you wake up and it's all a dream.
Right.
Tell me about the song choices and how they went.
So the casting producers. So I would get to sing songs and they would help me choose and eliminate songs because I think I can only have up to two in the judges room. So I ended up picking Elastic Heart by Sia and then Cloud Nine by Beach Bunny. So what made me pick that is because that was the TikTok that went absolutely insane. I think like 1 million views, 400,000 likes on TikTok. That's what got me noticed by so much creators and Mary Jo and others. And so I did a full cover of it and released it on Apple Music and all major streaming platforms. And yeah, so the judges just thought I had so much emotion in it, and they thought I should do my cover song. So I sang that and then Elastic Heart.
And finding out that a song of yours is blowing up, even if it's a cover or it's an original, is it the kind of thing where you wake up overnight and it's all there, or is it more gradual where it kind of pours in over a period of time?
It's usually either that night or I wake up the next day and it's blown.
Uh-huh. So 0 to 100 or a million.
Yes, like it's like it was insane for me because like and reading all the comments, like all the love and stuff, and seeing how much people like were supporting me and all this stuff. People that are like, I've been here since day one. Like it's insane. Like it just made me tear up because I was like, like I'm so thankful for that. Like that's insane. But pretty much what my TikTok tends to do is like I'll post a video and let's say in an hour it's at 1,000 or 2,000 likes. It's pretty much what happens in an hour. So overnight it will grow, and like in the next morning it will be like at 8,000 or something, and then it literally just goes boom from there, just up, 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 just automatically. In 1 minute you're at 10K, and then the next minute you're at 11K, and it just keeps going up.
This technology, man, it's kind of crazy. I mean, it's good. We shouldn't complain, right? It helps a lot of people get
Right, it
discovered. We
helps you
wouldn't
get
be
out there.
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I remember talking, I don't know if you met him. We're actually good friends now. Raymond Salgado. Did you meet him?
Yes, actually we're so close. So we followed it. We're mutuals on TikTok, and I got a picture with him because actually he's like famous
Oh,
on TikTok,
yeah.
very famous. So I actually had already known him from TikTok before Texas, like going to
Yeah.
Texas. Like, no way that's you. Like, I know you from TikTok. Like, we have to get a picture. Like, no freaking way. So we got a picture, and his mom was so sweet. Like, we were all really close. Like, his mom and my mom are very close. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love that guy. Shout out Raymond if you're watching or listening. I remember when I interviewed him, I had this kind of similar thought running of like, what is it like to go from singing on TikTok to singing on the Idol stage? Because it's a little bit different. I mean, you still, you're used to having all these people commenting and seeing what you're doing, and it's very public, but it's kind of different now. Like there's differences and similarities to being in a smaller room with only a few people, and yet they're also very powerful. So, what's your perspective on it?
So my perspective is that like so I would say it's a lot more nerve wracking personally, just because like on TikTok, I mean, you're gonna get hate no matter what, right? Like there's gonna be haters and there's gonna be people that, love you. And pretty much I like it meant so much to me blowing up, but then like actually being like on like the Idol stage, like in front of the judges and stuff, like it was really scary personally because they're pros, like they're celebrities, like they're huge, right? And like I'm pretty much either make it or not, right? So it's really scary. It was scary for me, but I was also so thankful like that I even got the experience. So many people die to even sing in front of them, right? Like,
Yeah.
so even getting that experience, like I was so thankful that I even got to do all of that, meet all the people I did, sing in front of the judges. Like I'm glad I got the opportunity that I did.
I would love to hear what the judges had to say to you because I'm sure that that feedback also really stuck with you from the performances.
So Luke Bryan said he heard so much potential in my voice and it just sounds like so real. I think that was like his exact words. And then he was like, it's a yes for me. So Luke Bryan didn't have too much to say. When I got to Katie, I was a little bit nervous because I know that she can be picky sometimes, like more pickier or like, but she pretty much had to say, I'm extremely talented, but like I'm so young, like she pretty much said I'm like a little baby. But she was like, but you're so young, and she was like, Pinky promised me, so we Pinky promised. And she was like, Pinky promised me that like you'll work on your performance, and get out of your shell for Hollywood Week. Because that's in front of all the contestants, so you got to bring it your all, right? So, and me singing in that room, not having any exposure, like singing in public rather than on social media, was different. So I had to start performing right in public to get used to that. So we pinky promised each other, and she's like, it's a yes for me. And then Lionel Richie, kind of based off of what Katie said, you're so young but you have so much talent, and he's like, I think I'm gonna give you a shot. And then I got 3 yeses, and then going second, I was just like, oh my gosh. I was like taken back.
So to add to the list of all the things that happened that day, you pinky promised Katy Perry. Your pinkies interacted.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was so excited, but yeah, I was just taken back. I didn't even know what to think. Like I'm like when you enter the room, like it literally does not feel real. Because you're sitting here watching it on TV, but like when it's you in that situation, like it's just so different. Like
Yeah.
yeah, it's insane.
Just a different atmosphere. I mean, you've got the sound set up where everybody says there's the speakers behind you, so you hear them talking behind you, and the way that there's also producers sitting on the side, which we don't see at home. So there's so much going on that,
Yeah.
it's not as simple as it looks at home.
Yeah, it honestly looks so much different too in there. And also like when you like go to audition, you have like this earpiece in your ear.
Uh-huh.
And you hear them from your ear. So it was a lot different than what you expect, right? Because they're like right in front of your face, but like you hear them from an earpiece. Like you don't hear
Yeah.
them from your face. So it was a lot different than what I expected, But like it was still insane. Like I was like, holy crap.
You pull off that classic trick of the ticket behind your back and you surprise your mom. What was your mom's reaction to see you get the
So
ticket?
so like I said, right? So like I hid it behind my back, and Ryan Seacrest like, hurry, come on, turn around, she's coming, she's coming. And Mom just like turns around, and I'm like, she at first she didn't think I got it, and I'm like, I just hold it in front of her face, and she was just like, she screamed, and we just
Uh,
hugged, and like we were crying,
uh,
like we both cried. Yeah, it was like so emotional because like I mean, I have been singing since like I could talk. Like like I got a guitar for Christmas I think when I was like 3. And ever since that guitar, I just music, 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 music. Like when I tell you I'd have my big old headphones walking around the house on YouTube just singing, and I'd go in the mirror and hold my hairbrush, the typical thing. And I don't know, like I just loved it. Like I just loved it.
yeah, it's a culmination of all the hard work and everything happening. So, obviously a proud moment for her, but also for you. I mean, gosh, to be on that show and have cameras around you, but really like even though you're filming a show for other people, it's like this is really big for you. You accomplished something, and that's really
Right.
special.
And I think I cried because it was just so emotional. Like it was something to take in because it's like I started so small, like so tiny, and I used to sing for fun, like,
Yeah.
and then now I'm here, and I'm like, whoa, like it was just something to take in because for one, I worked my butt off, like I worked, and all that like hard work paying off like meant so much. So it was just emotional to me, like it was very heart touching.
Right. That's the thing that, the cameras can't always capture is what have you put into it? They don't film you spending years practicing, recording and all these things that go into being a singer and all the hustle, and it's like that's what we're seeing when we see the tears and we see the emotions is the stuff we don't necessarily get on American Idol. It's everything that led up to that moment,
Right. Yeah. And I do like after we hugged and I was like crying, I do remember, I think it was Ryan Seacrest. Somebody was like, "How do you feel right now? Like, what is something that you would tell to all the people watching this?" I can't remember what the exact word was, but I remember saying, I was like, I hope to inspire everybody and all the unknown artists out there, anything is possible. Like, keep working for your dreams, because I mean, the hard work that you put into something, it pays off, right? Like
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah, the cream rises to the top. That's what people always say
Right.
too.
Yeah. I mean, the effort that you put in something is what you'll get out of it. So, I mean, you
Yeah,
just keep working, I mean, something good will come out.
totally. Totally. I love that. Now, because you were the first audition city, you had a little bit of time before Hollywood Week and some stuff happened where COVID kind of got in the way, but I want to hear how that played out and how much time you actually did get to spend in Hollywood Week.
3 days before Hollywood Week, I got COVID.
So did you go at all or did you not?
I didn't get to go.
Oh,
So I took Katie's advice, right? Because and the producers wanted me to send a video to Katie of me holding my piggy promise. Like I've been doing so much shows and I can't wait for Hollywood Week, and they sent it to her, and so it was awesome for me. But so I started singing, right? In bars, restaurants, anywhere I could get in to get used to performing, right? Because I can't be like this on stage. I got to learn how to perform,
right.
right? So I started doing so much shows, and then I got COVID from that,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately. And then 3 days before flying out, we have to all test, right? And I got COVID, sadly. So I was very sad, because I was working so hard, so excited for Hollywood Week. So I was pretty bummed. But I just look at it as a blessing, right? Because I can always go back. I can always have time to grow. And I feel like everything happens for a reason. Maybe there's something better like happening in the future, So I mean, I was very hurt, but I just was like, there's always another year, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, do you think it took a little bit of time before you were able to have that realization? Was it a little bit of a difficult period before it was easier to see that everything does happen for a reason?
Yeah, so I was really sad. Like I stopped posting on TikTok for a little bit because I
Oh,
was I was bummed about it. Like
bummed.
I was pretty sad, but like I kept going. Like I never gave up ever.
Right,
Music
of
is something
course.
that gets me through a lot. So like I just kind of took like a tiny break, but and then I came to realization, I was like everything happens for a reason, and I just look at it as a blessing and just keep on going. You
Yeah,
don't give up.
never. Yeah, I feel like the setbacks, it's one of those things where, gosh, you learn so much from the audition alone. You're gonna learn from this, and then whatever you do next, I feel like it's all gonna kind of come together, and you're gonna realize like, oh, well, this happened, and then this happened, and it all kind of one thing led to another, and it's sort of it paints like a picture of how each step along the way is all a part of the process of learning and growing, and I think it's awesome that as hard as it must have been, you also kind of figured that out pretty quickly. And of course, you didn't give up because you don't give up.
Yeah. You just don't give up.
So tell me if you've thought about going back. Like, I don't know what your plans are if you ever thought about American Idol or any of the other shows.
So I've tried for The Voice before, but it was before American Idol. I had an interest in The Voice and American Idol, but I like American Idol a lot. So,
Yeah.
but I they wanted me back actually this year. They
Hmm.
reached out to me, asked me if I wanted to come back on. I said I'm gonna take this in as I work on myself more, so I can get so much more experience, keep performing and, come back better and just blow their mind. Like, wait, that's the same girl that was back when she was 15, right? So like, I'll be a senior next year, right? And I'll be turning 18 my senior year. So I'm planning on maybe going back depending on where I'm at. But I released original song called like Pieces, and I think so I recorded an acoustic version of Pieces, and I'm gonna be releasing that soon. And then I'm also in the works right now of making a new original song, called Not Over You. And my songs are like about like experiences, like so yeah, that's me and my producer kind of do that together. But yeah, and I feel if I do go back, I feel like I'll have so much more under my belt. I'll have performance. My voice will be more grown. And I just feel like I'll have more, stuff under my belt, original songs, because back when I auditioned, I didn't have any original songs under my belt. So I feel like I could perform in my original song, right? So I feel like I'll just have so much more like under my belt.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I love that. I mean, I know a lot of people have been in that position where they decide to take an extra year or two or however many. I think that that's so cool. And it's like, I admire that a lot because I feel like it's so easy to just say yes, when given an opportunity. And you were smart and you knew yourself because you have to know yourself too. It's like, this is a show, it's a cool show, but like, wouldn't I be better off if I just kind of did my own thing for a little bit? And it's like, you have
Right.
to follow your gut feeling, right?
Yeah, and it was so hard. Like it was so hard because I was just thinking I was like I would love to go back and see everyone again, but at the same time, like I feel like I could go farther if I just take more time on myself, right?
I'm really stoked for you. And speaking of pieces, we are going to play pieces at the end of this interview. So I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit more about the song, what it means, what it was like to record it. I want to hear all about it.
Okay, so I went through like a really bad breakup, typical high school breakup. I got cheated on,
Uh,
and so I was so hurt, and I was like, tell my producer, I was like, like I wanna, I want a song about this. So he's known me since I was like, oh my gosh, 14, 13, little baby. I don't know. I was really young, but I started taking voice lessons when I think I was in like fifth grade. And I've worked with her. I still with her to this day, because I personally feel like it's always good to have another ear. It's always good to have someone else's advice. I'm sitting here, I'm like, I don't know if this sounds good, but then I can ask somebody that teaches music, knows about music, and I'm like, hey, what's your input on this? What's your opinion? So I still use her up to this day, but actually my producer is her brother. My
okay.
vocal, yeah, yeah. He's actually pretty big. Like, um, he's worked with Ariana Grande, Mac Miller, Justin Bieber, and somebody else. But his name's Colin Boyd. So yeah, we collaborated on that, and then when it came time for recording, so he lives in LA, but he flew out to Ohio for me, and we recorded because his parents live in Ohio.
Mm.
So we recorded at their house because he has his own setup, and I do too here. So right now, actually, for Not Over You, we've been actually recording virtually to where like
Wow.
I record in my basement and he records over in LA. Like we've been recording virtually recently, but yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, I could see it looked like you were in a studio
Yeah,
setup.
like my little studio setup.
Oh,
That's where
wow, that's sick.
yeah, stuff here, yeah.
So this song, I'm very sorry to hear about the circumstances, but we know that from heartache can come some very good music, and I'm sure that that's
Right. Yeah.
what your attitude was going into it.
Yeah, so this song Not Over You is actually about him again. Like I
Hey,
just right.
you need to get it out, okay? We need to keep getting it out, and sometimes it takes a long time.
Right. And like personally though, like I think the songs that come from an emotional like feeling or an experience or something that has happened before, I feel like there's so much more emotion put in it, like you can really hear like the cry or like the pain in it or just visualize a story because it's like when you go through something, whether it's good, bad, or whatever, like, and you write a song about that, like I feel like there's just so much like more meaning behind that. And so pretty much actually 97.9 like radio station like played pieces on the
Wow.
radios, and there was so they played it twice actually. And iHeartRadio played my song too, and
Oh,
like they usually don't do that unless I've heard like unless there's sun, but they picked me up and played it.
wow.
And somebody, I don't know her name, but she was on there and she was like, this song is blowing up like not only locally but nationally, and stuff. And then yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Every artist, I'm sure, has that insane moment of listening to the radio and hearing their song and hearing somebody talk about their song. Like, it's
Yeah, especially
crazy.
for the first time. Like,
Yeah.
it's like your goal is to, get your music out there and just sitting there in the car hearing like your name and they're talking about you is pretty like it's cool. Like
I wonder what it's like, and we're manifesting here because this is going to be you someday. But like, imagine Ariana Grande, imagine any of these artists when they drive around and all that happens is when they turn the car on, it's their song. That's got to be crazy because eventually it just becomes normal. Like, yeah, my songs are on the radio all the time.
right. Like I just think it's like insane because the first time that I heard myself on the radio, I was just like, because around here like 97.9 is a big like hit station.
Yeah.
So like I was just like But then like them playing a second time and I heard radio and all that, I was like, wow, like that's really cool.
Yeah.
Like, and so what we're doing right now is like so my ex, like the one I wrote the song about, he saw that it got viral like on the radios and stuff.
Oh man.
He was like, I saw your song about me was blowing up. And I was like, yeah. So we decided to keep writing more. Like we were like, let's just keep going. Like so
Yeah.
this next song, Not Over You, is pretty good.
Well, I can't wait to hear that one. I mean, gosh, I already heard pieces and I love it, so I can't wait to listen to Not Over You as well. Um, what's your favorite part about the musical process? Do you like writing? Do you like the recording? Do you like to watch your producer at work? And how much and how involved are you with the actual production? I mean, there's so many elements to creating a song.
Yeah. So um we kind of collaborate on that. So pretty much I'll tell him like, hey, like I'll even send him ideas sometimes. Like I'll be like, hey, like this is a cool subject, that we could go off of. Or unless I want to write about something like actual personal, like I'm going to like just like the breakup, right? So like I would come to him and I'd be like, hey, like the breakup, let's write a song, like let's write a hit song right now. And he's like, yeah, let's do it. So I kind of give him ideas, like, it's almost like a story, like it builds up. So there's a lot of details, sometimes you gotta say the color of their eyes. Sometimes you gotta just say just random details, like, just like maybe a song that you jam out to in a car together or just something so I don't know. So, I mean, we kind of just do that. It's really fun recording, actually. It is really fun. I really liked it a lot more when we were together, though. I feel like it was so much more fun because okay, so I'm very hard on myself, right? Like, if I do something, I'm like, that can be better. I do it until it's better. Like, I'm very hard on myself. Like, I don't let the 50% pass. I do 100%, right? So, my producer's the same way, though. So, we work so good together. Like, we are both just like, nah, like, this can be better. So, like, I like that, though.
I'm curious about the therapeutic element of writing and recording a song that helps you hopefully get over something. And, obviously you're recording it a lot, or you're recording the same line a lot, or you're writing certain lyrics and then you're changing lyrics and then recording the song, listening to it again and again and again. Do you feel like it helps you with pain to have to go through that process of being the creative person?
Yes. So I will tell you, like, so this acoustic version though of Pieces coming out, because Pieces is originally like a pop song, but
Right.
the acoustic version coming out is like I love it. I love it more than the pop actually.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I'm in love with it. But personally, yes, it does for me. Because I feel like like when I hear that song, I just feel the pain all over again, and sometimes it just brings me back to that place that I was at when we were writing it and I was going through it. And it honestly just makes me look back and it's like, like it's just it's sad and it honestly like it's something to cry to because I mean
Yeah.
I've heard sometimes like when there's sad breakup songs and it's not about getting over the person, it's just kind of like how could you do that to me, that kind of song.
Hmm.
Like I've heard like that's something to cry your eyes out to, I guess. So and I've had like a lot of messages lately, people are being like I'm in love with your song, like it's getting me through my breakup right now, and I've been getting a lot of messages like that from like TikTok and Instagram and stuff. So I'm
Yeah.
glad to be helping people and people are like connecting with my music, on the way. And I hope it is helping them.
How amazing that is to not only help yourself, but to help other people.
Yeah.
I think what's also really cool and interesting about being an artist is that over time, over the years, you're going to write more songs and go through different things and, hopefully much better things to come. And so it's like you kind of go through your life as you advance in your career, and then you can kind of look back on certain songs and like maybe the stuff that was from a harder time isn't as hard to listen to a year from now because you're in a better
Right.
place with something, and it's a combination of how you evolve as a person and how you evolve as an artist. You can kind of look back on something and be like, wow, like look at how far I've come and look at where my life has taken me. It's pretty interesting to think about.
Yeah. And personally, like I've always wanted to kind of like have like write a song like about like how I started so young to where I'm at now, because I've heard some songs where it's like almost like through the years of it, if that makes sense. And I feel like that'd be really cool too, like writing an experience about it, maybe something like that. I feel like that'd be cool too, so I can like always like listen to it and it will bring me back through that whole like feeling like I started from here, now I'm here, like
Yeah, yeah, really that journey. I mean, there's so much, it can mean so many things. It's like, it could be your life personally, it could be your actual career.
Yes, and I always like to write songs to where other people can connect with it in different ways, you know. So some people can connect to it maybe going through a hard time, like a loss, you know, or a heartbreak, or you know, depression, you know, just certain things, you know. Like I want to, like, I hope my music like helps others, you know, and they can connect with it on different levels, you know, and be like, hey, this song, you know, really helps me, like I'm going through this right now and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this. I know this is like way off topic, but like, did you ever meet Fritz?
No, I have not met him.
I loved him.
Yeah, oh,
He
he's
was
great.
he was my favorite. Oh my gosh, he was in the same like audition as state as me. So we got to like when he was sang for me in person. I was like, that is the one person I was absolutely just like, like his voice in person was like magical.
Yeah.
Like it is magic. Like I don't even know how to explain it. Like I was like just
Obviously, you get to meet these people, get to know them, but to hear them sing and do the thing that they're so great at, that's incredible.
yeah.
I'm really excited to play pieces, and I've really enjoyed talking to you. And so, as we kind of close out here, I would love to hear more about where people can follow you and what they have to look forward to, because I know there's a lot of things that are exciting that we've talked about. I mean, between the music coming out and maybe us hearing more stuff from you on the radio, what are you excited about right now? And obviously, people need to follow you so that they can kind of stay tuned with that.
So I have all socials. Like I have TikTok and I have Instagram. You can just look me up as Cali Morris and I should come up. On TikTok, I post a lot of singing covers. So you know, if people ever want to listen, they can go listen to there. That's where a lot of my covers are. I'm most excited about right now. I actually have a show coming up
Mm,
in November. And I think 2 weeks. So yeah, it's at O'Malley's in Pataskla. So if you live around there, you guys should definitely come see me. Um, yeah, and I'm also really excited about my new song coming out.
not
Like
over
not
you?
still, yeah, because that's what I'm in the middle of working at right now. Like actually, it's been like crazy. I've been recording like constantly with it. So yeah, that's like what I'm looking forward to too. So my show, and then yeah, and my TikTok actually just went viral again like a couple days ago. So like I've been just kind of excited about all that too.
Wow, this is fun. I am talking to a working, hustling artist right now. You're in the studio, literally, if you're watching this in a studio, and like everything's going on right now. So, thank you for taking time out of your day to talk to me because you've got so many exciting things going on, and I'm honored that you made me part of your day.
No, of course. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, guys, if you enjoyed this conversation, make sure that you follow us on Instagram or TikTok at Idle Unaired Podcast. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button or follow wherever you are, Apple Podcast, if you're listening, or Spotify, YouTube. Just make sure that you stay in touch with American Idol Unaired by doing that. Thank you guys so much. And Callie, thank you so much for being a part of American Idol Unaired.
Of course. Thank you so much.
I can play pretend if there's a way that I forgive you. Tell myself stories, I turn a blind eye to the truth. I fall with my friends when they tell me they believe. All those times I tried to call you, you weren't there, she was in your bed. When we kiss, it tastes like candy kill. Your eyes betray the lies we build. So were you ever gonna tell me about her? It wasn't just a thing and now it's over. You tore my heart to pieces. Couldn't you have left me when you needed? Instead of now you're staring at me bleeding. You tore my broken heart to pieces. I can make amends if there's a way that I believe you. That she was just a friend, nobody I should care to me. I'd ask where you've been, but I know just how you'll treat me. You always get angry and shame me like you cut me dead. But when we kiss, it tastes like candy kill. Your eyes betray the lies we build. So were you ever gonna tell